And welcome back. We are live still with day 2 of Rising Squidland number 3. Back with the last quarterfinals at the ready. This will be Lekker Backtrack versus what the frick?
Very much some interesting names and some interesting players. We're really looking forward to see this matchup. Yeah, who's on the teams?
So on Lekker Backtrack we have Sendu, Brian, Banana and Robbie at the ready. On what the frick we have Hunty, Yaru, Slushy and Average Leah ready to give them a big fight. And we are back on these 5 maps, these 5 so aggressive maps that we've seen until now.
Do you think we might actually get to see an illustrious Game 5? I think we could.
We might. I mean, both of these teams are so cracked, so beyond my level that I cannot tell you which team is the best.
Absolutely. This is literally going into this, no idea. Absolutely no idea. Anyone could take this. This could go either way. So we just really it just depends. Just depends on how they play this, what weapons they take, their decisions, and who comes out on top.
Yeah, as we've seen so far, every fight, every bomb, every drop of ink is going to matter in that best of 5. This day 2 has been so brutal, so powerful, and teams have been giving us their A game, really.
Yep, yes they have. And we're about to get into this first game now, and what have we got? Okay, we've been seeing some rapids today, and obviously ballpoints, because of course, and a slosher. Regular slosher.
Yeah, vanilla slosher has been rising in the meta so far, and I'm so happy to see Julie's coming from Banana.
Yep, but we have 3 crabs, so this is unsurprising that there's already a crab happening right now. But yeah, still very equal, but Lekker Backtrack is able to push up more into mid than what the frick, so that will mean they're gonna be able to start that push already, but the personal target's already dead.
Yeah, and it's already 2 down for Lekker Backtrack. What the frick? Looking to get back some control. There's not gonna be much point for Lekker Backtrack, and both of these teams are back to the drawing board and back to the crab tank.
Yep, yes indeed.
Ooh,
but the
not for long.
Inkjet is able to end that crab very much prematurely, but the crab is ready to take oh my goodness, to take revenge there. So that will mean that Lekker Backtrack is able to get the tar again for a couple seconds.
It's just trade after trade, and the tower is staying mid. Both teams really trying to get an advantage, but every time one team gets something going their way, the other team is there to stop it in its tracks. And right now, what the trick, pushing the tower, but 2 players down.
Yep, including the one that was on the tower, so it goes back to mid. And that will mean they're back to fighting over mid with crab tanks. What a surprise.
Yeah, but crab tank getting shredded again, and 2 players down for Lekker Backtrack. The Inkjet is going to make sure that nothing else is happening. Both teams looking to get really an opportunity to move forward, but both of these teams are just holding their ground so well.
Yep, yes indeed. It's just kill after kill, back and forth. For a second there, it was 2 down on both sides, which absolutely means that tower goes back to mid.
Yeah, and that's like really a treasure of coordination for both teams, because the moment, this fight is not going my way, the rest of your team is at the ready to make sure that no points is scored from you losing your fight. And right now, Robbie getting picked up.
Getting picked off, trying to get that flank going. And this does look like what the frick are trying to get a bit more of a push, but never mind. It's going back again, and on the side of Lekker Backtrack, they are going to try and get a push of their own going here.
Yes, finally Lekker Backtrack getting to the checkpoint, getting that lead, but that's... Okay, not even getting that lead. Okay, they get it, but that's not a lead. That's not even checkpoint 1. It's been 3 minutes, and Robbie with a crab tank on the tower is going to get the first checkpoint of the game.
Oh my goodness. These... this is looking a certain kind of way. But that's Lekker back track off the tower, and the tower's going back again, back to mid. But that will be the ball point, both ball points down. Oh, and 3 down on Lekker back track side. This will be what the frick need to match that push that Lekker back track just got.
Yeah, because right now, from what we've seen, this could be the only checkpoint of the game.
Yep, yes, that neither team, we might see that neither team actually gets to the second checkpoint here.
And what the freak at it, Hunty with the tri-strike is going to get that checkpoint and he's looking for the lead. Right now it's 4 versus 1. What the freak is going in full force, getting that lead, getting to that checkpoint, and he's making a very quick work off of it, and Lekker is like just struggling to get right back in.
Yep, yes indeed. That will be most of the team of what the frick back into mid or spawn, but the Lekker back track is also struggling when they're trying to get a kind of solid footing here in mid. They're finally able to get it, but the tower is still on its way back.
Tower on its way back. Lekker has control of mid. They have 30 seconds to assemble a monster push.
Yep, yes indeed, and that is not very much time. And there's currently 1 down on each side here, which definitely they're going to need a bit more of a the amount of people on their side up compared to the other. I can't remember what the name of that is. But they're going to need that to get this push going. The crab is trying to find someone, and they do. That's 2 down on what the frick. So that will mean the Lekker back track can start their push, but are they going to be able to get 2:24? That is the question here.
And that whole push is going to be in overtime. If what the freak can get that tri-strike going, this could end very fast, and they don't even need it. Slushy just ending that crab and getting the tower, not caring. That's 1-0 for what the frick?
Yes, yes indeed. What a first game. We spent 3 minutes of it in mid.
Yeah, 3 minutes indeed. And then it's like the push were going so slow and then stronger and stronger, and it ended up in what the freak's advantage.
Yep, yes indeed. But I could definitely see that having gone in Lekker back track's favor if they just so happen to get the right amount of people down and get the right push going. But it just ended up going in what the frick's favor. That does, as we've been seeing already from this, that does not mean that Lekker back track is out of this. They are definitely raring to go and looking to find the picks that they're going to need for this next game. We have seen this game, obviously, this next map mode combination, obviously 3 times already. So we know that it can be very snowballing. But with these 2 teams, that may not even be a possibility here. They may just be fighting over single points at the top of mid and just killing each other and jumping back in. It could just be very similar to this.
I mean, these 2 teams have shown us that they are so even matched with each other. And it's just gonna take one snowball going one way. And that team is going to get it. But in the meantime, it really is going to be a very, very tough fight to get back control of mid. And you know what I want, Zari? I want to see Robbie grabbing the ink brush. Come on, Robbie. We know you're an ink brush main, and we want to see it.
Yes, we want to see the chaos that you can rain, especially when the team is just not quite sure where you are. We've seen that multiple times over the weekend with Spore, with Robbie, with other brush players. We've seen this happen, and it can work really, really well. So we're absolutely looking for it.
Yeah, and teams are getting ready. There's discussion of last second strats adaptation, and we are getting in.
Yes, yes indeed, and there is that ink brush we were talking about.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely what we're looking for. But also a blaster coming out from what the frick there. This could very, very well have a a way of maybe countering the brush. Maybe they're able to find them. But that's 2 down already for what the frick. Not the start they were looking for.
Yep, and Zari, by the way, not a single crab.
Not a single crab. Oh my goodness, that's such a turnaround from last game.
3 inkjets though.
Okay, but yes, we either have lots of crabs or lots of inkjets. Let's be real.
But Lekker got the point, got the lockdown, and looking to get as many as they can. There's very good lookout for them. And Robbie looking to create the surprise for anybody trying to flank.
Ooh, that will very much be not what the frick needs right now. They need to be getting in the zone. It is already down below 40 here. And it is not looking good for them.
And this is the opposite of game 1. Game 1 was so close, and right now Lekker is just in full control on 2v2. What the frick? Just getting to neutralize one zone, but that's not enough. And Lekker is back in control and just 10 points away. That's going to go so fast. And what the frick? Just trying to apply the pressure, apply the penalty. Lekker not having any of it.
No, yep, they are not having any of it whatsoever. They're trying to hold on to this zone, and the ballpoint might be able to pin through that, but not anymore. That's only one up.
Oh.
That will be the wipe, and that is not what they need. And definitely they're not going to make it back in time. And they know that.
Yep.
They absolutely do. There's the snowball we were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, Lekker backtrack with 1 point on the board.
Yep.
Now that's a tough one to come back to, but what the freak. We know what they can do. We know what they can come back to, and we know they can get a very good push inside enemy territory, and that's what you want to have for Rainmaker.
Yep, yes indeed. That also has to be very motivating for Lekker backtrack after that first game, which was so back and forth, to be able to just go in there and pretty much just push the whole way through those 100 points without really having to stop.
Yeah, and at that level, everybody knows the map, everybody knows the weapons, everybody knows each other. They all know each other so well. They've played each other lots of times. It's about the adaptation. It's about, are you ready to get the one adaptation that's going to create the surprise to the enemy and force them to adapt themselves. And it really is that game, and right now it's what's the Freak's turn to find the counter to what Lekker has been showing that previous game.
Yep, and on Rainmaker on Sturgeon as well. Ooh, we've been seeing some games on here.
I mean, this is the map mode that has given us the most fire so far. And, like, do not blink. Whatever you do not blink during this game. Anything can happen, and it can happen very, very, very fast.
Yes, indeed. And it just depends, yet again, who can get that push first. Who can capitalize on the opportunities that they can make for themselves first. Because it is entirely possible that this could be a quick knockout, or it could be a fight where they're constantly pushing to like the mid-30s or even to 25-ish, and then pushing back and forth. That is possible. So, but it depends on if they're able to capitalize on the opportunities that they're able to make.
Yeah, that first team fight gives you a first push, and we see the brush coming back with a stamper this time. Meanwhile, what the freak with a vanilla shooter. That Zuka can go such a long way to stopping any dreams of the Rainmaker very fast.
Yep, yes, indeed it can. But immediately, what the frick is able to get that pop, and there's 1 down on each side here, and 2 down for Lekker backtrack, 3 down for Lekker backtrack versus the 2. This is just chaos.
And Sendu staying alive, getting so many big Sendu, like was alone and getting the wipeout, and it looks like we have a DC.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, we still get DCs on land apparently, but we haven't been seeing that many. So, okay, we're gonna have to give that one another go. I do believe. So, but what a beginning.
That was like again, that first team fight is so key and so brutal at the same time.
Yep.
You have to, and people can arrive from the left side, above you, under you. This map like gives so many opportunities of approach, and that first team fight does so much. And there are so many ways to do it. You have to be ready for everything and anything.
Yep. It is important to be adaptable, especially when you are not entirely sure what the other team is going to bring to the fight. They've been sizing each other up in these last two games, but yet again, there's a Splatana. Like,
Yeah.
that's different. That's new. How are they going to use that to their advantage on Lekker by Trek? What the frick have to figure that out and make sure that they are ready to counter it.
Yeah, and all of these maps are so different. So are going to ask such a different discipline for each player in each team. And that we love to see in a good tournament like this one. It's the diversity that Splatoon can have. It's so many different kinds of plays, so many different strategies that you can try. Okay, do we try to just be as solid as can be, or do we just try to blitz in? What kind of mix of the two are we going to try?
That is always the question.
Yeah.
How are we going to play this, and what is going to work the best against the other team? Because, yet again, they have had two matches to try and figure each other out, and they have been, well, the first one very, very equal. Lekker by Trek able to be a lot more like aggressive and consistent on that second one, and able to really not lose the zone very much at all, and definitely not get any penalties. So that was definitely putting them in a good standing for this third match here. But it really depends on if what the frick know what they're doing against whatever Lekker by Trek brings.
Yeah, and I don't know how much of what we saw was due to the disconnect, but Sendu can feel pretty happy about himself because he was in a 1v2 in mid, and he just won that 1v2, stopped the jumps, and got so much out of it after, and then there was DC. But like Sendu on fire right now can get so much.
Yes, indeed. They'll be looking to probably get a very similar start to what they had just before the disconnect. But it'll depend on what the frick, if Lekker by Trek is able to find that whenever we get this next game underway. I do believe we're still waiting for everything to be set up correctly. Most people are in the lobby, if not all. So we are just going to be getting into this really, really soon. But yes, what a set of games we have seen. Even we're not even through, like, this is the middle game of the set here. I think we could see a game 5.
With these two teams, that's very much possible. They have shown us that both teams can really keep the fight going with the other team, and both teams are able to really snowball things and get that push that wins the game. Right now, I have just no idea which team is going to get the next game, and that's my favorite set.
We love to be surprised and to just be raring to go and watching and waiting to see what these teams are doing. So absolutely, we're getting back into this. Is that
Barley?
I think that's the wrong. I'm pretty sure Rob was on the wrong team.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Let's skip that. We're gonna third time's a charm.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there.
Do it.
It's very important to make sure that the players that are playing on the teams are on the correct teams. Sometimes that does slip through, but it is very important to make sure that we actually have the players playing with.
Yeah.
The players they're supposed to be playing with.
Zari, that means we get to be on the mic longer. And
It does indeed.
Love to be here. Like, the crowd is awesome, the team's awesome. This venue is so cool, a bit warm, but this is such a blast to be here, and like, it's awesome. Like, it getting some delay, I don't mind because I get to be here some more. But we are getting in. I think it's the real one this time.
Yes, I think those are the right players on the right teams, and everything looks to be correct. So we should be able to see this for real this time.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
teams are just running at each other. It's again that first encounter, that first team fight, that first inkjet. That's going to decide a lot, and right now Lekker is getting the best of it. Lekker backtrack getting so much, but right now they are still looking to. They are not getting that Rainmakers yet. Still looking to get that control. Brian just getting to a spinner, not getting that Rainmaker yet. Sendo is gonna grab it and run to that first checkpoint.
Yep, yes indeed, but absolutely being careful to be able to get past that player from what the frick and able to get to that checkpoint. So they now have it, which would absolutely make it easier for them. But that's 2 down for what the frick.
Robbie!
And Robbie, how are we not expecting that? Absolutely running in behind and causing chaos. And that will be 3 down for Lekker Backtrack, but already a push to 22.
Yeah, a wipeout, but very good first push, and we've seen what you can do with a very good first push. That means Lekker Backtrack right now just needs to get the trades, just needs to get defense, just needs to get what the freak struggling to go forward past mid, and both of these teams are able to do that. What the freak looking to get that first checkpoint of their own. Slushy trying to get things going.
Oh! Just not able to find that second slosh on Robbie. That is very unfortunate for Slushy there. And that does mean that they're not able to continue that push. And again, people dying here, there, and everywhere. And Robbie's just also here, there, and everywhere.
Robbie was just in a 1v2 or 1v3 against weapons that are very good against an ink brush. And Robbie didn't care, just, okay, well, I'm leaving, I guess.
Yeah,
You're not gonna bat me, there's no chance.
Yeah, I'll just head out, that's fine. No, it's not the time.
No, it's not the time. I'll be back. I'll be back very soon.
Don't worry. Absolutely. What the first hit here?
Oh!
Okay. Still.
Robbie's back!
Absolutely. We were saying he's not going far. And he is definitely here. And here to take names and not let them get out of their spot.
And Zari, that means what the freak is back on the defense right now. That Rainmaker is so hard to pick, just like so threatening yet so secure. But right now, what the freak, getting another wipeout, stopping Lekker in their backtrack.
Yes, indeed. And they're gonna have to make a push of their own. But it does seem like they are intending on letting it reset and then come from mid. But it does seem like someone has been able to sneak past them. Maybe it's Robbie. Do you think it's Robbie?
It's Robbie.
It's absolutely Robbie. Which we're just kind of waiting to see when he surfaces and what kind of carnage is wrecked by him. So absolutely, we can see here that they're just fighting over mid. They, what the frick is able to get the pop here, but are they going to be able to do much with it? It just depends on if they're able to get this fight in mid in their favor.
It's just Brian right now, just defending the Rainmaker. Don't go near it. This is our Rainmaker. Brian is gonna pop the inkjet, trying to protect the jump, not gonna get it. That means what the freak gets a very good opportunity to grab the Rainmaker and push forward.
Yep, yes, indeed. And they still do not have that Rainmaker though.
Yeah.
They are not initiating the push that they need, and as time has gone on, that's 2 players of what the frick down, 3 players. That was their time to push, but they did not capitalize on it, and so it goes back to Lekker Backtrack, and they are ready to continue pushing forward.
And that's the power of that lead that Lekker Backtrack has. What the freak, they wanted to get full control. They wanted to get as much as they could before grabbing that Rainmaker. And that gave Lekker Backtrack the time to get back in the game and get the picks. And right now, it's what the freak defending again. Trying to get another wipeout so they can get back in the game, because Lekker Backtrack are on the attack again.
Yep, I will also mention we are in the last 20 seconds here. What the frick needs this Rainmaker, needs to get the kills that they desperately are in need of. And really, really have to get moving, which we have been seeing that they can do, but this is, I'm not sure they're going to be able to get the pop in time, and they are not. Oh my goodness. Oh my just needed to get moving just that little bit sooner.
Yeah, and it's like Lekker Backtrack getting the best of just a few more fights and managing to slow down What the Frick just a tad bit longer and getting the best of that map. But it's not over. We got a game 4 and we know that What the Frick is not out of the game yet.
Yep, yes indeed. They definitely are not. But this will be Splat Zones on Manta. And we have been seeing a lot of that, but I will point out that Lekker Backtrack, their most decisive game so far was on Splat Zones.
Wasn't Splat Zones, but Manta and Flounder Heights are such different maps. Both maps, on Manta I expect to see Brian come back with a ballpoint and absolutely shred. First of all, because I love Brian, he's awesome. I love salmon running and I love good backliners, so Brian is my person that I want to be when I grow up. And come on, this is where we want to see Brian do so much, while Robbie makes sure that What the Frick always has to look behind them.
Yep, yes indeed. If you give Robbie an inch, definitely he will take a mile. So you have to be so careful about that. And yes, as we were seeing earlier with Frostburn, whenever you have that splatling on that kind of the grading area towards the bunker, it can spell chaos and such a bad place to be in for the other team. Now, that being said, both teams have been having ballpoints, so this works for both teams, but they need to get to that point.
But if you look at the scoreboard right now, the maps that have gone Lekker Backtrack's way have verticality and flank routes. And you have to be happy that it's Manta Maria right now if you're Lekker Backtrack, but Slushy really likes verticality with that Slusher too. So What the Frick has to get a good game, has to get good momentum for themselves and stop the onslaught that Lekker Backtrack has shown so far.
Yep, yes, indeed. And it is also important to mention... Oh, okay, never mind. You absolutely have to be careful about those crabs there. Make sure that you are careful when they are online. But this does look like it's going to be going in Lekker Backtrack's favor, and they're able to get those points going for themselves and quickly take the lead. But what kind of lead is 9-4?
Yeah. That's barely a lead so far, and What the Frick is already right there, ready to apply pressure on Meat. Lekker Backtrack is also ready, Bo, and defending it well. It's 3v2 for What the Frick, though, and What the Frick with that trap tank are going to be able to really push Lekker Backtrack back behind the zones. They neutralize one, still looking to apply penalty, though.
Yep, yes indeed. They need to get a hold of that second one, but there's only 2 of them up at the moment. There is that jump coming in, but I do not think that will be in time, and that will mean that What the Frick are not going to be able to neutralize that in time, especially not when there's only one person left.
Yeah, a delayed wipe for Lekker Backtrack. That means, look at this, Brian on the bunker, giving so much pressure, so much defense for Lekker Backtrack. And What the Frick has just 20 points to get back in. Are they out of this tournament?
Yep, yes indeed. They are certainly attempting to, but they're just going down one by one, which is not what they need right now. They need to get these zones, but it does not look like they're having very much, they're going to be able to do this. They're trying their best, and that does look like they're going to be able to get that far zone, but they can't. Are they able to get the closer one?
They're just dancing around the zones. You get this one, I get this one, and right now, What the Frick applying penalties, staying alive, staying in the tournament.
Yep, yes indeed, but they do need to get the whole way to 5, which is going to be quite the journey.
A journey indeed, but they have very good control right now. And What the Frick with the ballpoint in good position to defend. They have 3 specials at the ready. Lekker has known. What the Frick just 50 points away. If they extend that lead, if they maintain that control, they could make very quick work of these points.
Yep, yes indeed. They're just going to have to be careful to make sure that no one sneaks in on either side here, because you've definitely been seeing that people are coming on across the cut or even coming in just straight through the street. So it does look like they're trying to get... Robbie's so close to getting that hammer
just
kill.
getting in. And Robbie creating that mayhem that's going to enable Lekker Backtrack to get back in. But what the frick? They got rid of a lot of points. They are not out of it, and right now it's just the stamper for Lekker Backtrack. What the frick is in control of Beach. They just need to get this zone. That's gonna be a Zipcaster just to survive a bit longer. Extend that a bit, that's going to be punished very fast.
Yep, yes, indeed. And Lekker Backtrack are, what the frick, already working through these penalty points. They're already getting down to 35 here. They just need to keep holding this, and that's already one down. The Stamper is back to spawn, so that is definitely going to help what the frick keep this momentum going.
Oh yeah, but Lekker Backtrack has two specials at the ready, and here comes the mighty hammer creating so much havoc. What the freak? They're done with the penalty now almost. We are now fighting for the zones again.
Yep, yes indeed, but that's 2 down for Lekker Backtrack. And
Oh,
the zones stay in
come
what
on.
the frick's favor, and
And
that's
it's
3
just-
down! That is
just one.
3 down on Lekker Backtrack's side. Oh my goodness, they're not going to be able to get to that zone in time.
Oh, come on, and we got game
Game
5!
5! Game 5!
Game 5 to get to the semi-finals.
Yes, yes indeed. This is what we were looking for from these teams. Absolutely. What a turnaround from the start of that game. Because yet again, Lekker Backtrack got the whole way to 6.
Lekker Backtrack had such a dominating push, a dominating lockout on everything, really keeping things so tight. But what the freak? Just like, okay, we know what we have to do, we just have to stay there, even if you apply penalty, even if you get one zone. We don't care, we stay there, we are back there, and we're going to prey on every mistake you make. Every time Robbie gets in with a hammer, creates havoc, we punish it. We get back in, you apply penalty, we don't care. We just have 30 seconds left to get the lead back. That's all we need. And that's a game 5 that we really want to see because both of these teams are so cool.
Yes, and because we've been on these maps for all of these quarterfinals, we have not seen a Clan Blitz map yet. Not today, at least.
Yes, finally a new map mode for all of you watching us. It's going to be Mako Clans.
Yep, yes indeed. And we are going to be getting into it real soon. But absolutely, say hello to the crowd! What a good set we've been having, and everyone's been enjoying the chaos.
Yes, so much happening. And on this map, I hope to see even more fights, even more brush action, even more slow show action, even more splatter action. I mean, I want to see more of it. Come on, play the game!
We need more! We need more! And we are hopefully about to get into it really, really soon.
Oh,
because absolutely, we cannot wait.
And we are back in. Come on, what are these teams going to do? This is for all the marbles. This is the tiebreaker.
Yes, yes indeed. It is all to play for and incredibly important. And these two teams know what's at stake here, and they know what to expect from the other teams by now.
Especially since on this map, even while you're defending, if you get a wipeout, you can get 50 points in an instant. Because, like, the baskets are just next to each other.
So close. So you need to be aware of everything at all times. But that is 3 people dying for what the frick. That is not the opening that they were looking for. And already the basket is open and there's another power plant coming right in, and that's 50. Below 50
points. And by just 3 picks, and that goes such a long way. Lekker Backtrack are just now 2v2. They're just gonna keep control of Mead and Slushy and Yaru are looking to deny that, and it's trade after trade. This map. Oh! Very nice Slusher, and you love that Slusher buff that has happened that allows you to slush on people that are below you now.
Yes, yes, indeed. It works so much and so well. It's very, very, very well used. But yes, as we can see already, they're just back to fighting over mid, back to fighting over clams, trying to make their way over towards the other basket. It does seem like Lekker is at a bit of an advantage, and they are continuing to make it more so. But they do not have a power clam made just yet, and there we go. It's coming in right now, but they figure out that directly,
not yet.
Directly into a ballpoint is not the best.
Yeah, but Brian's inkjet is going to allow 2 balls to get right in, and right now Lekker backtrack. They have to pick up a few more clams. They are so close to a KO. It's just 2 more clams, and Lekker backtrack is qualified to the semi-finals.
1 more clam, and they're able to get it in before what the frick is able to stop them. What a quick aim on clam blades. Oh my goodness.
And that means your second semi-finals is going to be Lekker backtrack versus Dicker Ben. That also means, sorry, that it's the end of our set.
Yep.
We have to go.